All right, let's talk about a game plan. We're diving into the AP US History multiple choice section. And this is a big one, folks. It's worth a massive 40% of your total score. Now, this isn't just about what you know. It's about how you take the test. You need a rock-solid strategy. So let's get right into it. So let me just kick this off with a kind of wild question for you. What if I told you that you could train yourself to answer all 55 multiple choice questions in just 10 minutes? Yeah, I know, that sounds completely insane, right? But stick with me, because this is a radical training technique that's designed to make you lightning fast for exam day. I mean, if you do the math, that's just 10 seconds per question. How on earth is that even possible? Well, it works by forcing you to stop overanalyzing everything. Instead, you develop this immediate gut instinct for spotting patterns, keywords, and time periods just at a glance. Now, let me be crystal clear here. This is a powerful training technique, okay? This is not your actual strategy for exam day. You can think of it like a sprinter training with resistance bands. The whole point is to build up so much speed and pattern recognition that when you take those weights off for the real race, it feels, well, almost easy. So, what's the secret to this crazy training drill? You skip the stimulus. That's right, you totally ignore those long quotes, the images, the big blocks of text. For this drill, you only read two things, the question itself and the source attribution. You know, that little line of text underneath that gives you the author and the date? This trains your brain to find all the critical clues that are hiding in plain sight. So the goals here are pretty simple, but they're really powerful. First, treat your practice like a race or a game. It just keeps you engaged. Second, you're training your brain to spot those recurring patterns and filter out all the noise. And finally, you're conditioning yourself so that when you sit down for the real 55 minutes, it feels surprisingly calm and manageable. Okay, so that's the workout, that's your training. Now, let's talk about the real game plan for the actual exam day. This is the expert-approved method, the one you're going to use for every single question you see. This four-step process is your absolute blueprint. You gotta do it in this order. Step 1, read the question first. You have to know what you're looking for. Step 2, read the attribution next. Get your historical bearings. What time period are we in? Step 3, and this is key, only then do you look at the stimulus, and only if you really have to. And finally, the most important step of all, you aggressively eliminate the wrong answers. Let's just zoom in on that second step for a second. Seriously, think of the attribution as a cheat code. That one little line gives you the author, the date, and the context. And that information alone is often enough to knock out one or two answer choices that are from, like, the wrong century, all before you've even read a single word of the main text. Now, if you want to get really, really good at eliminating answers, you have to understand how these questions are actually built. They follow a super predictable formula, and I promise you, once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it. Okay, so here it is. This is the hidden formula behind most questions. Out of the 4 answer choices, half of them, a full 50%, are usually designed to be obviously wrong. Once you get rid of those 2, you've already got a 50-50 shot. The final choice always comes down to the correct answer and this other tricky thing called the distractor. Your entire job is to spot that distractor and avoid it. And knowing the difference here is absolutely crucial. The obviously wrong answers are, from the wrong time period, or they're just factually incorrect. But the distractor is sneaky. It's often a statement that is historically true, but it doesn't actually answer the specific question you're asked. Like, the question might ask for the cause of an event, and the distractor will be a true statement about an effect of that event. It's designed to trap you if you're not paying super close attention. This right here is a massive mindset shift. You have to stop searching for the one perfect answer. That's not the game. Instead, I want you to approach every question like a detective, eliminating the 3 options that are definitely wrong. The one that's left standing, even if it feels a little imperfect, has to be your answer. Okay, so let's talk about how all of this fits together when the clock is ticking. This part is all about mastering your pace and making sure you get every single point you can. So on the test, you're going to face 55 questions. And you're going to have 55 minutes to do it. Now, the basic math is easy, right? That's 1 minute per question. But if you really want to be a pro, you can do even better. You should be aiming to average around 45 seconds for each question. Why? Because that discipline builds you a crucial 10 to 15 minute buffer at the end of the section. You can use that extra time to go back and review any questions that you flagged as being particularly tough. It's a game changer. And this is maybe the most important advice I can give you. There is no penalty for wrong answers. You only get points for what you get right. That means you must answer every single question. If you're running out of time, you are way better off just randomly bubbling in answers for the last 10 questions than leaving them blank. Never, ever leave a question blank. And finally, let's talk about the right mindset to take into this exam. It's really easy to get anxious, but I think you'll find that what success looks like on this section is probably different than what you think. Here is a fact that should hopefully lower your stress levels a little bit. Historically, you do not need to get a perfect score on the multiple choice to be on track for a 5 on the exam. Not even close. If you get around 75% of these questions correct, you are in a fantastic position. Let's just put that into real numbers. That means you can miss 14, maybe even 15 questions, get them completely wrong, and still be on a solid path to earning a 5. So you see, perfection is not the goal here. Strategic elimination and making smart, educated guesses, that is the goal.
So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. You need to shift your entire approach. Stop hunting for the one right answer hidden among the 4 choices. Instead, become an expert at finding and eliminating the 3 wrong ones. That is the real key to crushing this section of the exam.